All right. Let's go to Renee Rodgers, who's standing by with more on this. She's joining us now from our national newsroom. So, obviously, some environmental groups, Renee, are going to be very upset over what Calgary's doing. But what does it mean, let's say, for customers and for merchants now?
Right, Todd. Well, we all know the drill. When we go and buy groceries, we're no longer offered plastic bags. Instead, we are offered those reusable bags and sometimes even paper bags. But in Calgary, businesses now no longer required to charge 15 cents for a paper bag and $1 for a reusable bag. That's after council voted there yesterday to repeal the bylaw, which just came into effect in January. So now it also means for restaurants, Todd, that under this bylaw, you had to ask if you wanted a napkin or condiments or utensils. Now that's no longer on a request-only basis. And this all, of course, as you know, to reduce the amount of plastic being thrown away, which according to the federal government is 3 million tons per year and only 9% is recycled. But the rules, when they came into effect, Todd, in Calgary, they faced significant backlash. So people said it was ridiculous that they had to go out of their way to ask for something like a napkin. And people also said that it was unfair that this charge for bags was put on with the cost of food already skyrocketing. Just take a listen to this man, Todd, who spoke at a public hearing about the matter yesterday.
The bag that I used to buy for 25 cents, suddenly $1. Next year, $2. These sorts of incremental and creeping costs upon Calgarians and Albertans and Canadians are not acceptable.
It was clear that using the approach of a charge, especially at food service locations, was not the way that Calgarians were going to engage with us on this.
So, yes, it was clear, as you just heard Calgary's mayor say, that this was not working. It's now up to city administrators to come back with a new plan to reduce single-use plastics entering the landfill, Todd.
Yeah, and I know, Renee, some people don't like having to pay for these bags. I mean, it may not sound like much, but it does add up. And then there's the other argument, which is like, look, I'm buying something from the store. Why do I then have to pay for a bag from that store? Why do they not cover that? And how come it's $1 or $2 for the recyclable bags? I mean, who's profiting from that? I mean, there's all sorts of different opinions on this. Is it part of a larger pushback that we're seeing in Canada against the use of these plastic bags?
It is, Todd. So back last year in Vancouver, a 25-cent charge on single-use plastic cups was actually repealed after it got some backlash. Then currently at the federal level, a couple of conservative MPs are taking aim at the federal government's ban on 6 single-use plastics. So one MP from Manitoba, Brandon Leslie, has released a video. He's put it out on X. I don't know if we have it to show you. There we go. So he is talking about single-use straws, single-use cutlery. And he actually cites some research that was done back in 2023 in Belgium, which found that paper straws more likely to contain those forever chemicals or PFAS than plastic. So he and his fellow Conservative MP, Corey Tucker, really pushing back. In fact, Corey Tucker has introduced a private members bill, especially aimed at bringing back straws. He says, quote, straws suck. So he was he says, well, his 2 boys actually were the ones who inspired him to put that private members bill forward. And Todd, as you know, this all comes as the federal government makes plans to appeal a ruling that found its ban on some single-use plastics was unconstitutional, and that's expected to be heard later this year, Todd.
Hey, Renee, great to see you. Thanks for this one today.
You as well.
Renee Rodgers.